Hi everyone, I am Ankita Majumdar. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to teach you Class 7th SST Geography Chapter 7 Human Environment, Settlement, Transport and Communication. So students, let's start. You have studied in Chapter 1 that early human beings depended entirely on nature for food, clothing, and shelter. But with changing time, they learned new skills to build homes, grow food, and develop better means of transport and communication. In this manner, they modified the environment where they lived. Places where people Places where people built their homes are called settlements. Early human beings lived in caves and on trees, but it became necessary for them to have a permanent home when they started to grow crops. The settlement grew near the river valley as water was available and land was fertile. Human settlements became larger with the development of trade, commerce, and manufacturing. Settlements flourished and civilizations developed near river valleys. Do you remember the names of civilization that grew along the banks of river Indus, Nile, Wong, Hing, and Tigris? Settlements can be temporary or permanent. Temporary settlements are those which are occupied for a short time. The people living in deep forests, cold and hot deserts and mountains often dwell in such temporary settlements. They practice hunting, gathering, shifting, cultivation, and etc. However, today more and more settlements are permanent settlements. In the permanent settlement, people built homes to live in. It was Mary's birthday party. Mary and her friend were waiting for Gurpreet to arrive so that Mary could cut the cake. At last, Gurpreet arrived, tired, coughing, and wheezing. She explained her friend that the traffic jam was terrible. Mary's mother, Mrs. Thomas. Oof, the pollution and such pollution in the cities. The number of vehicles is increasing day by day due to the growing of population in the cities. Mary's father, Mr. Thomas, replied. Mary asked, then why are people coming to the cities? Her mother replied, they come looking for jobs, better educations, and medical facilities. Mary further inquired, if so many people keep coming to cities, where will all the people live? Mr. Thomas said, that is why you see so many slums and squatter settlements where people stay in congested and unhygienic condition. Shortage of water supply and powers are common problem in the cities. Prasad said, our village may not have big cinema halls, well equipped school and good hospitals, but we have lot of open space and fresh air to breathe in. When my grandfather was sick, he had to rush him to the city hospital. We can identify two various pictures of settlements from the above conversation, the urban and the rural settlements. The villages where people are engaged in activities like agriculture, fishing, forestry, crafts work, and trading, etc., are rural settlement. Rural settlements can be scattered or compact. A compact settlement is a closely built area of dwelling wherever flat land is available. In a scattered settlement, dwellings are spaced over an extensive areas. This type of settlement is commonly found in hilly tracts, thick forest, and region of extreme climate. People built houses to suit their environment in rural areas. They have slanting roofs in regions of heavy rainfall, place where water accumulates in the rainy season of the houses and constructed on a raised platform or sills. The town are small and the cities are larger urban settlements. In urban areas, the people are engaged in manufacturing, trading, and servicing. Okay. In areas of hot climate, thick mud walled houses and the thatched roofed are very common. Local materials like stone, mud, clay, etc. are used to construct houses. Now we will see transport. Transport. This means by which people and goods move from one place to another is known as transport. It took a great deal of time to travel long distances in the early days. People had to walk and used animals to carry their goods. Invention of the wheel made transport easier. With the passage of time, various means of transport developed, but even today, people use animals for transport. In India, donkeys, mules, bullock, and camels are common. The early traders and from other countries used to take several months to reach India. They took either the sea routes and the land routes. Airplanes have made travel faster. Now it takes only 6 to 8 hours to travel from India to Europe. Modern means of transport thus saves time and energy. Roadways, railways, waterways, and airways are the four major means of transport. So, first we will see roadways. Roadways are the most commonly used means of transport, especially for short distances. They can be metalled, pakka, and unmetalled, kacha. Okay, pakka road, kacha road. There is a dense network of roads in the plains. Roads have also been built in terrains like desert, forest, and even high mountains. Leh Highway in the Himalayan mountains is one of the highest roadways in the world. Roads built underground and commonly called subways, underpaths. Flyovers are built over raised structure. Next is railways. Railways are the principal mode of transportation to carry heavy goods and people over long distances quickly and cheaply. The invention of the steam engine and the Industrial Revolution helped in speedy development of rail transport. The steam engine are largely replaced by diesel and electric engines. Engines in places superfast trains have been introduced to make the journey faster. The railway network is well developed over the plain areas. Advanced technological skill have enables lying of railways line in difficult mountains terrain also, but these are much fewer in number. Indian railway network is well developed. It is the largest in Asia. Next is waterways. Waterways were used for transportation since early days. Waterways are the cheapest for carrying heavy and bulky goods over long distances. Waterways are mainly of two types, inland waterways and sea routes. As inland waterways, rivers and lakes are used. The Ganga Brahmaputra river system, the Great Lakes in North America, and the river Nile in Africa are some of the important inland waterways. Oceanic routes and sea routes are mostly used for transporting merchandise and goods from one country to another. These routes are connected with the ports Singapore and Mumbai in Asia, New York, Los Angeles in North America, Rio de Janeiro in South America, Durban and Cape Town in Africa, Sydney in Australia, London and in Europe, and some of the important ports of the world. This airways. Airways is the fastest mode of transport developed in the early 20th century. It is also the most expensive mode of transport due to high cost of fuels. Air traffic is adversely affected by bad weather such as fog and storm. It is the only mode of transport to reach the most remote and distant areas, especially where there are no roads and railways. Helicopters are extremely useful in most inaccessible areas and in the time of calamities for rescuing people and distributing foods, water, clothes, and medicine. Delhi, Mumbai, New York, London, Paris, Frankfurt and Cairo are some of the important airports of the world. Next is communication. In the process of conveying message to the other is known as communication. Humans have devised new and fast mode of communication with the development of technology. The advancement in the field of communication has brought about an information revolution in the world. Different modes of communication are used to provide information, to educate, as well as to entertain. We can communicate with a large number of people through newspapers, radio, television. They are therefore called mass media. The satellites have made communication process much faster than earlier. Satellites have helped in oil exploration, survey of forest, underground water, mineral wealth, weather forecast and disaster warning. Now, though now through internet we can send electronic mails or emails. Wireless telephonic communication through cellular phones have become very popular today. Internet not only provides us with worldwide information and interaction, but has also made our lives more comfortable. Now we can reserve tickets for railway, airways, and even cinemas and hotels at home. With this type of internet connectivity of people, services, and institutions across the world, we are a large global society. So, students, here we have completed our chapter 7th, human, environment, settlement, transport, and communication. Now you understood about the transportation system and the ways, roadways, railways, airways, waterways, and communication. So here we have completed chapter 7. Next chapter I will explain in my next video. Practice this map. Okay, this world map you have to practice. This is world major seaports and airports. And your homework will be, I will send the PDF and you have to write it in a good handwriting, complete your notes. That's all. Thank you.